This meeting is being recorded.
All right, guys. Welcome, guys. Welcome to another edition of Tuesday at 10. We have a good group of strong agents here in the room. Thank y'all for taking time out of your busy schedules to be here. So kind of catch us up what's going on in y'all's neck of the woods. We have San Antonio agents, we have Brownsville agents, we got Harlingen here in Westaco. So we got a good cross section here. Horacio, how's everything going with you, man? Tell us a little bit about some wins going on in your life and in your business.
Everything's going well, thank God. Trying to stay busy. My wife's staying busy as well. For those of you that don't know, my wife actually went full-time real estate in June. So looking forward to that. Very exciting. And like I said, just trying to stay busy and trying to continue growing.
Awesome. Awesome. Love it. Cool. Daniel, what's going on in your neck of the woods? How's everything going with you?
Oh, just staying busy. Added some new listings here recently. About to head out on some showings today in the Fair Oaks area. So
Nice.
yeah, just trying to keep the train moving. It's going well. Just it's one of those times where it's just kind of a tricky market, but we're still moving. So that's all we can ask for.
That's true. That's true. It is a little bit of a tricky market, but yeah, we're all staying busy. Armando, what's going on in your neck of the woods, man? How's everything?
Everything's pretty good. Yeah, yeah. I got hopefully a listing coming up in San Benito, new construction. So
Nice.
yeah, staying
Awesome.
busy.
Is it one of your builds, or are you representing the builder, or is it
The
a
builder, yeah, I represent. I used to work with them back in a nonprofit.
awesome, man? Very
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Very cool. And let's see, Josh, how's everything going with you, man? What's going on in your neck of the woods? I see you got a lot of stuff going on. How's everything?
Good, man. Staying busy with buyers right now, but I do got some listings coming up. At least that's what they're telling me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just trying to enjoy some of the summer. I actually made it down to your part of the state for Fourth of July and went to South Padre and
Oh,
took
cool.
that in.
Very
So
cool.
managed to take a little time to enjoy myself. But yeah, just same as everyone else is doing, just trying to capitalize on the summer market.
That's cool, man. How was the traffic down there? Was it pretty crowded? I heard it was a pretty packed holiday.
Yeah, like it was easier getting on the island than it was to get off.
Yeah.
Like we got
Oh,
down
really?
there and we're looking around and we're like, hey, this isn't too bad. And then it's like everyone's trying to get off at the exact same time. And then we went from like, oh, it's 45 minutes to the hotel to like it's 3 days.
Yeah. I heard we were out there as well, 4th of July, and I heard that traffic was backed up all on the causeway onto the island until about maybe 3 or 4 in the morning. I
Yeah.
don't know how true that is, but I
It,
mean, it
it
was it was long.
depending on where you were coming from, I can see that. It took us 90 minutes to get to hotel in Brownsville. So,
Wow.
Wow.
you know, and took us, I think, 40 minutes to get out there earlier that day. So it was just, two times the amount of time. But yeah, it was worth it though. South Padre is beautiful and all the fireworks were great. And, it's just, that's part of the state that I love.
Yeah.
Worth
Awesome.
it.
Very cool.
Awesome. And let's see who we missing. So, Josie, what's going on with you? How's everything on your end of the world? What's the latest? How's everything?
Things are good. Just trying to keep everything moving on the back end, trying to keep the train moving, as Daniel says. That always reminds me of this my boss when I used to work at Trinity University, and it was always like turbulence that was happening, and she was like, Josie, we just have to think of ourselves as flight attendants because the plane may be going down, but we still got to serve the drinks,
Yeah.
And every time I'm thinking about that, it's like, are we still serving drinks? Yes, we are. Yes, we're still serving drinks. So, yeah, your story, Dan, remind me of that. But no, just trying to keep everything running on the back end to make sure things on the front end move smoothly. So, TC side, event side, things are good. Can't complain right now. Lots of movement.
Cool, cool. And then we have one of our new agents, Mauricio's tuning in. So Mauricio's new to the business. He's new to EXP, but he's no stranger to us. We've known him for a long time. So, Mauricio, you're in good company here. Armando is a musician. Josh is a
Oh, yeah.
great musician. So Armando plays drums, and Armando does recording, plays bass, guitar. Josh plays everything. I think you play everything, right, Josh? A little bit of guitar, keys, vocals, everything.
Kazoo.
Kazoo,
I
triangle.
try. They always took my microphone away from me, so I don't know about the vocals, but everything else, yeah, I'll stab at it.
That's cool. That's cool. Hey,
Yeah.
well, Mauricio is a phenomenal vocalist, songwriter, performer. So yeah, he's new to the business. So we're glad to have you in the mix, man. So tell us a little bit about what's going on your end of the world. How's everything going? You feel like you're still drinking out of the fire hose, and then we actually have we were able to get Mauricio hooked up with Mario Victorica and Honey Badger and the Global Alliance and all that stuff. So he's not only getting everything on the EXP side, but he's getting everything on the self development side from those guys. They have a great operation over there. So tell us a little bit about it, man.
Very cool.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Glad to be here, everybody. Yeah, it's been great. It's been great. I just got off a Zoom meeting with those guys, accountability and training and stuff like that. It was a great session to start the day off with. Glad to be here with everybody. And yeah, man, Alan has been helping me this week to get together my materials to really start announcing what I'm doing and start marketing and let everybody know what's going on. That's going to be coming up this week. And so I'm really excited about that. Yeah, man, the fire hose is rolling, but I'm at the point where I'm ready to grab hold of it myself and start shooting it out the other direction. So
Nice.
Let's get this ball rolling.
Awesome, man.
Awesome.
Well, hopefully we're going to go over a quick little training here, and then maybe at the end everyone can impart a little bit of wisdom to try to help you. I know you're getting a lot of insight from a lot of good people, but we want to make sure that you're supported, and I want you to know that all these people, especially the ones here on the call and in our little crew, man, if you need anything, you can reach out to any one of them. And of course, Daniel, and myself, and Josie are always available. So let us know what we can do to help. Cool.
Thank you, brother.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna jump into a quick little training that I just cooked up today, right before we jumped on the call, because I found it late last night, and I even told Josie, I was like, this is a cool little segment to go over, and it's something that I've never really thought about. But like Daniel said, so how many of you guys, right, you feel like you get those calls and it kind of gives you a knot in your stomach, especially in the market that we're in? They say, I have a house to list. It's like, oh man, like these listings are taking a while, right? They're sitting on the market. Buyers have a lot of choices. Sellers still think it's 2021 and they think prices are sky high, even though that's not the market anymore. But this little piece of information, I think, can help not only secure more listings, but get more buyers in the process. So there's one thing that you need to make this happen, and that's your database. Now, Mauricio's a new agent. I'm sure you're hearing that over and over and over. I remember when I was a new agent, I felt like that was the buzzword. Your sphere and your database. I was like, oh my gosh, that's all I hear every single day. But if you can harness that, you can use that as leverage. We've talked about it before. That's what Frank Kern calls the invisible stranger. You should be able to tap on your database and get whatever it is you want. So I want to jump into this training. That way we can talk about it, because I think this is really cool. It's something I've never thought about, but maybe you guys can chime in and get some value out of this. So, see my screen? Everything good? Cool.
Yep.
So this is the pre-listing playbook. I found this while I was scrolling. I love to look at strategy posts, motivation posts, and I found this, and with the help of my good friend Notebook LM, was able to kind of format this into a little training session. How many of you guys are using Notebook LM? Have y'all heard of it? Are y'all using it?
Never heard of it.
Oh, dude. Okay, well, remind me at the end of this. I'm going to talk about it. It's something that's free. Every Google user has access to it, so we'll talk about it. But y'all can see right here at the bottom, Notebook LM. It's going to turn into your new best friend. Horacio, for real. I mean, it's
Awesome.
super,
Yes.
super powerful. And, someone like Horacio and Julia, I know y'all like to put out a lot of educational content, a lot of market content, a lot of stuff like that. Notebook LM can really help with that. Okay. So,
Okay.
the pre listing playbook, how to market the home before you're even hired. A tactical guide to winning more listings through the power of proof. So, check it out. The promise versus the proof. How many of you guys have been standing outside of a listing appointment, nervous? You got a pit in your stomach. You don't know, oh my gosh, am I up against other agents? Well, here's what the average agent's doing. They're walking in with a pitch. They talk about what they'll do someday once they get the listing, and they ask the seller for trust. Here's what the masterful agents are doing. They're walking in with screenshots showing what they've already done, and they're bringing proof. Every other agent talks about what they're going to do, but talk is cheap in a listing appointment. Have you guys been in a listing appointment? You're talking to a seller and their eyes glaze over, and you're just like, oh my gosh, I know they're not listening to me. I remember my very first listing appointment. It was like 85 slides of my company and all. Sellers are not concerned with that,
Yeah.
I was talking about, oh, my company was started back in 1960. They don't care. They want to know what they're going to make and how you're going to sell their house, right? So here's a strategy for you, okay? The proof is better than the pitch. It's the ultimate power move. Picture walking into a listing appointment, telling the seller you've already marketed their home before you even have the listing agreement signed. There's one email that can help you do that. So check this out. It starts 48 hours before the listing appointment. You send one specific email to your database. You're not selling anything. You're just asking who wants some information. So this is especially powerful if you're working and farming a neighborhood, if you're farming a specific area, okay? You collect the opens and replies, and you let that early interest accumulate. Then, on the day of the listing appointment, you walk in with evidence of market demand. You show the seller, hey, I put this out to my database, and I have people that are curious about what's going on in this neighborhood. How many other listing agents are coming in with people asking questions about that area or even that specific house? So here's how it works, and here's the actual email. I'm going to share this in the comments after we get off the training or after we get off the call. But here's the hook, and this is one of the most important parts, the hook. Quick question for you, and then their first name. So how many of you guys, you see all these emails and have crazy subject lines, you don't even open them, don't even look at them, but if you saw something that said, hey, quick question for you, Daniel, you might open it and say, hey, what's going on here? You say, hey, Daniel, quick question for you. I'm heading to a listing appointment in Alamo Ranch, for example. And the home has whatever, a pool, primary downstairs, flex room, whatever it is. I'm gathering early interest before I get more details. If you or someone you know might want info once I have it, hit reply and type interested. I'll follow up as soon as I can share more. Also, feel free to share this with anyone you think might be at least curious. Now, what is this also doing? If someone replies interested, that's a buyer lead.
Yeah.
Yep.
An opening.
Yeah, that's a buyer lead straight off the bat, whether it's going to be for that particular house or not. So now you're walking in, and in the example, they took a sample size of, let's say you have 1,000 in your database. Okay, for some people that might seem like a lot. If you have 100, let's get you up to 200. If you have 200, let's get you up to 500. That's always the key, is to keep putting more people into that database, because that's going to give you a good sample size. Remember, that's the invisible stranger. You're tapping on them. It's like, hey, I need something. I need to tap my database so I can get whatever it is I'm trying to get. So a simple interested requires no effort. Guys, I'm running into this all the time. Are you guys using Facebook Marketplace to market your listings? How many times are people saying, hey, is this still available? Hey, is this still available? Just them clicking that is showing interest. Now, whether or
Yeah.
not they follow through with it or qualified or whatever, that's a different story. But a lead is a lead is a lead. And we always have to remember it's not only about that one person. If we show that one person great service and they tell other people, then that's your value right there. So the value is in the service. Oh, let's see. Anthony's popping in here. Hey, Anthony, good morning. How are you, man? Hey, Anthony, I'm going to have this on the replay. We're going to keep on, we're doing a little pre-listing email training here. Cool. So this is the ultimate flex for you as a potential listing agent. Say you send it to 1,007 reply. That's not a crazy open rate. 7 out of 1,000, that's doable. You might hit 10, you might hit 15, you might hit 20, you might hit more.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go to the seller and you say, hey, I already emailed my database. 7 people want details about this house. And we haven't even signed the listing agreement yet. So what's the most important thing to that seller, especially in a market like we're in? They got to move the property. Buyers have a lot of choices. So if they see that us and you as a listing agent, you're already doing the job. But it's twofold. Because yes, you're marketing the property, but you're also harnessing some buyer leads for yourself. So I thought this was really, really cool. Then you can use the exact same words and put it on your socials. You're going to say, hey, I'm getting ready to go to a listing appointment. If anybody is interested in a house in this neighborhood that has X, Y, and Z features, hit me up. I'll let you know as soon as I have it locked in. That gives good market perception. It's going to show that you're busy. It's going to show that you're working. It's going to show that you're going on listing appointments. And it's going to show that you're knowledgeable in that market area. So use it on your socials. The whole audience sees you heading to appointments. That alone makes people want to hire you. So there's these 3 things that you need to follow. You need to master the timing. It needs to be 48 hours. That way you have enough time to gather replies. People take a little while to get back. If you send it the day of, they might not get back to you in time. So you have to master the timing. 48 hours before the appointment. Hold back the details. Keep it to 2 or 3 features. Don't overshare. We're trying to pique curiosity. And then capture the evidence. Take the screenshots of the people that say, hey, I'm interested. That data is now a huge piece of your listing presentation. So in 12 months, if you do this on every single listing appointment that you have, or here's the thing, you don't even need a listing. Use any EXP listing. Send this to your database and see if you can get some replies. Those replies are buyer leads. But if you execute this before every appointment or even just once a month, you're going to win more listings, pick up active buyers, and you'll sell more homes over the next 12 months. So I thought this was really cool. Use this as a tactic, use it as a tool in your toolbox. And I think it's going to make it a lot easier for you guys to not only secure the listings, but it's going to make us look like rock stars out there. Plus, hey, it gives us a reason to reach out to our database. We need reasons to reach out to our database anyway. People get tired of the kind of the canned drip campaigns. How many of you guys delete those instantly? I do. I saw that post from Leo, and Leo said, you have to imagine that people are buying the same way that we buy. So when we see something canned or generic or something, we immediately pass it off and delete it. And so we have to think about the stuff that we're buying. How did we find it? Usually it's organic content or word of mouth. So we need to position ourselves in those areas. What y'all think? Y'all think that's cool? Useful stuff?
For sure.
I think
Yeah,
no
absolutely.
one's doing that.
Absolutely,
So if you do it, you're far ahead of the pack.
And that's the
No one else
thing
is doing that.
is you gotta. No one's doing it, but you gotta do it.
Yeah.
It needs to be part of the routine. Hey, I have a listing appointment. Hey, I need to send the email out. Try to get some interest. Try to get some buyer leads. So as long as you make this part of your preparation, get your CMA ready, get your net sheets ready, get your presentation stuff ready, put it in the folder, and send the email. Make it part of your routine.
Even if you don't get any replies, I mean, I would imagine it's good just to put a blast out there to your database to just remind everyone you're still in the business.
That's exactly right. It's a perfect touch.
Yeah.
Just to show that you're out there, you're working, you never know who's reading it. And those people that are reading it, they might be looking to list their house pretty soon. And they say, you know what? Horacio sent me this email. He's out there working. He's marketing these listings. Let me reach out to him. Cool. How are you, Anthony? Good morning, man.
Sorry.
Go ahead,
Good
Horacio.
morning. Sorry, I'm late, man. I was on another call, but
it's all good.
No, I'm doing great though, man. How about you guys?
We're good. We just went over a cool little tool to have. Throw this email out in your pre-listing items of things to do, and might be able to generate some more buyer leads and impress the seller. Get some more listings. So cool. Anything else to add, guys? What do y'all think? Armando, good stuff. Are you going to do this with your new listing? Cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's great. In worst case scenario, like let's just say, like you had mentioned, even if you don't get the listing, you're at least trying to get a few buyers there. A few buyers go a long way. Absolutely. So it's a win-win. And for those that have teams, you're able to cover both sides as well.
Exactly. Well, not only that, let's say you have a team. You can have all your team members. You might be the one going on the listing appointment, and you can do it back and forth. You might be the one going on the listing appointment and say, hey, I'm getting ready to go on this listing appointment at 123 Main Street. It's in this neighborhood. I want to get everyone together. Let's go ahead and everybody send out this blast. If you get some replies, screen cap them. If you get some buyer leads, take them and run with them.
For sure.
It can be a widespread thing, and everybody can benefit from it.
Another good thing that I've seen agents do that, we need to start doing more of is going to new communities and just shoot a brand new construction home and say, hey, this home has $35,000 in incentives.
For sure.
Who wants some information? Send me a DM. You're not telling them where the home is. You're not telling them anything. They just know they like that home.
So you know what, Dan? Josh is a master at that. So Josh, give us some pointers. How do you like to highlight new build communities? What is some of your strategy behind it?
Oh, that's just how Dan said it. Really, I mean, it's as simple as that. I mean, I've seen a lot of people go out and they hire the professional crews. That's cool. That's what worked for you. I me. I'm punk till I die. So I'm still running out there. Yeah, that's my ethic. So I'm just out there and I'm just taking a shot and going. Priced under 500,000 in Alamo Ranch. Call me.
Love it, man.
And hopefully it creates curiosity.
And I was talking about that with somebody, and how many of you guys are kind of y'all are seeing the real high produced content out there, and you're seeing the text in the background, and you're kind of seeing the same thing over and over and over again. And I think it's gotten to the point where we're just kind of glancing over it now.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
It's intimidating, kind of, but then again, it's like, this is how I can set myself. I started seeing it more as an opportunity because there's a lot of people who are going that route. And I'm like, you know what? I've been doing this for quite a while, and I'm just going to keep doing what I've been doing because that's what makes the most sense.
You know what, Josh?
I attract my crowd that way.
Dude, I think my opinion personally is the selfie cell phone camera is still better.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that authenticity, the rawness, even the ones, how many of you guys end up watching whole videos of the people shooting the video in their car?
Mm-hmm.
You end up watching the whole thing. And then there's people out there spending $500, $600, $700, $800 on a super high produced video. I didn't even watch 3 seconds of it. It's like, nah, another one.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
But I see, if I see Armando on a drum set, I'm gonna watch it. If I
Yeah.
see Josh in a car, well, Josh, I love the ones where you're just sitting at your computer and you're like, everyone's doing this, I'm not doing that. Like,
Yeah.
dude, I love that. That's the stuff that gets me excited. The real stuff.
Perfect
Take a fish,
example
like,
thinking about
yeah.
them is I don't know if you guys are familiar, but it was one guy that I always watch on YouTube called Mark Ween.
No, I haven't.
He's
You have to share with us. No.
he's a blogger that goes and eats in different places, but he's always been with his own camera or his camera stick, and that's it. He signed a contract with HBO. They got this huge production team, and the video, like that whole series, stank. Like it sucked. It wasn't good at all. But it just shows you that sometimes,
Wow.
just raw material
Man.
it's very organic, and that's what people want, as
For sure.
opposed to the whole production and scripted and this and that. It kind of loses that realness. You know
It's
what
true.
I mean?
It's true.
Yeah.
I agree.
Man,
It's
this
it's kind of
is
like
a
it's
great-
kind of like Wayne's World. Remember the old movie Wayne's World? Shooting
Yep.
in the
Yeah,
basement, people
yeah.
loved it, and
Yep.
then they get the overproduced
Uh-huh.
with the neon sign in the back, and it was
Yeah.
garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love the reference, man. No,
Yeah.
I love that you guys bring this up today, because that's been something that's been on my mind a lot, given that I'm about to start, marketing and introducing myself as a realtor and everything. And exactly like what you've been saying, man, my feed is filled up with realtor stuff now, and like you said, all the videos are the same. It's the high produced stuff going through the home, or everybody standing there with their little microphone like this, and it's just all the same. I'm scrolling past it, and not only to your point that it's kind of all the same, but I'm thinking like, well, number one, how am I gonna be different so that people aren't scrolling past my content like I am to this content? But not only that, being brand new, and I'm not an expert on video editing or AI and all this kind of stuff, but at the same time utilizing the resources that I do have right now and kind of what I do know how to do. So that's been on my mind a lot about how I'm going to be different. So yeah, I guess you guys are right. That's just kind of start raw, and like I've been doing with the music and stuff, and see what that gets me. Add a little bit of personality. Josh, the stuff with the instruments and stuff, I might try some of that. So yeah, man, I love that you guys brought this up today.
Yeah. So what kind of in closing here, because I know everyone has busy stuff going on. What's a piece of advice? So, Anthony is great at content creation. Anthony's great at putting out promo videos, and he's in the music space as well. So he's no stranger to self promotion. Same with Josh, same with me and Daniel and Armando. Music is in our life, right? So we're not afraid for the shameless promotion. That's the name of the game in the music business, right? So for someone like Mauricio, what is some of y'all's recommendations or some tips? Horacio's great at content as well. So what are some tips? Josie's content is always stellar in my opinion. So what are some tips for a new agent? What can y'all impart? Any kind of wisdom?
I'll jump in real quick. So what's nice about our business is our products are everywhere. I mean, I'm looking out my window right now. I got a product right there. There's a home for sale. That's our product. So you're never short of anything to just shoot real quick. Hey, this home is a 3-bed, 2.5 bath, 2,000 square feet, under 300,000. Give me a call. Let's go see it. This is beautiful. The main thing is don't be a secret agent. And we were talking about this the other day, Mauricio. And I know you're waiting for your big launch, and as you should, because it needs to be a big launch, and it will be. But that's the biggest mistake that I see agents make is no one knows who they are. No one knows what they're doing. And then they wonder why the phone never rings. So that's my biggest piece of advice is anytime you go to a party, if there's 50 people there, 40 of them need to think about homes when you walk through the door. Oh, he sells those homes. I'm going to call him. So that needs to, and I know you're a musician, and so are we, and we'll always be, proud musicians. But in this business, people need to know that you sell real estate as well. So that's my piece of advice.
Good stuff. Anybody else?
Thank you.
Yeah, to piggyback on
Probably.
Dan.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Let's see here. Just real quick. Probably like the best piece of
Good stuff,
equipment
man.
you can have,
Appreciate it.
because I think a lot of agents sometimes they want to get the best camera, they want to get whatever. The most powerful tool you have is your phone. Your camera is great. It's with you all the time. You pop it out, has great audio in it. Like Daniel said, don't be a secret agent. Like you see something you like, you see something that you want to share, just pop out your phone. Like don't worry about your audio quality. I know as a musician, it's a little bit hard because you guys are really big into sound and audio, but the video that you put out is, whether it be just with your phone and no microphone, just phone audio, is 1,000 times better than the video you don't put out. So anything you see, like Daniel says, there's product everywhere. Just use your phone. Don't invest so much in things that you may not personally need. This is the best thing. Your business is on it. This is your business and your audio video all here.
Yeah,
Awesome.
for sure.
Awesome.
For sure. I would also say
Thank you
just,
guys. Thank you guys all.
also I ran into that mistake where I was doing your typical realtor post under contract, this, that, you know what I mean? So then it's also important just to kind of, Alan also mentioned this, where, aside from your market, like your properties and things like that, also create content about you. If you like music, talk about it. And then people will start building that trust, that virtual trust. So when you do speak about homes, they're like, okay, great, but you already developed that connection through whatever it is. If you speak about medicine, let's just say, and you don't know anything about it, your people are gonna know that, oh, this guy's just talking. But if you speak about something that you're good at, in this case, it's music or art or whatever, then they'll be able to connect with you, and then from there you'll start building that organic audience.
I love it.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Good
And don't I wouldn't say, the under contract, the just listed, all that stuff is important. I never think that you shouldn't put stuff like that, but I think those should be sprinkled in along with
Yeah.
personal, when you're doing something fun, when you're out with the family, when you're trying a new restaurant, when you're, whatever it is, doing something interesting, something that's interesting to you is also interesting to other people. I talk about this with Josie all the time. I feel like, we put out real estate stuff and might get 80 views, 60 views, 50 views, something like that. We put something about going to see Lucha Libre, get 3,000 views. You know what I mean? Like the fun stuff out there, you can see a difference in the engagement.
I guess people prefer men in tights.
I think so.
Hey, by the way, that what was it? That cornflakes video that you guys made? That was awesome. That was funny.
That's cool, man. Yeah, that was fun. I had to convince Josie. I was like, just follow my lead, okay? I have an idea. Just bring the cereal box over here.
Man, it was
so cool.
It was a good one. It was a good one.
I appreciate it, man.
Mr. Gamble, what were you gonna add, Senor?
I think Gumble, sorry, I don't remember your first name, but he kind of hit it, was that, don't forget you're the product too. You're selling your services. I mean, I've said that in this space before, and I'll say it again. Houses are houses, man. They sell themselves, but really what you're selling is yourself and what you do. And don't forget that,
That's true. That's very true.
Sure.
Very true.
Good advice all around.
Yeah,
That's a great reminder. I know how to do that. So,
and
what's
awesome. What's awesome, Mauricio, I need to throw this in, is you're a well-known, loved person in the community. Thousands of people know who you are. So, just tap into that and be yourself, man. And everyone likes you. So
Thank
you're gonna do great.
I'll never
That's
forget.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
go ahead.
I
I
said
was
that's
just
a
gonna
big
say,
deal because Daniel's never told me that I'm a well-loved person.
I
So
know, same here. Golly.
big deal right there. That's a good
you
compliment.
yeah. Yeah,
No,
I really appreciate that, man. I really do appreciate the kind words. But yeah, that's a conversation that we had a few weeks ago when I was kind of struggling about how I was going to present myself to this new market, new side of myself, and it took me a few weeks to realize I'm overcomplicating it. I'm overthinking it. Just be myself. Just be myself. And it was like this big moment. But I'm gonna run with that, man. So we're about to get it going. We're about to launch it. You guys wish me luck. I know I know it's gonna go great, and I really feel the support with all you guys and network that you guys have included me in. I'm really grateful for it, man. So I have a good feeling.
cool. There's two things that I want to mention real quick. My very first day in real estate school, Daniel had already started, and I joined. Let's see, it was about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks later, and I came in, and we were very, very much still very heavily involved in the music stuff and rehearsing and recording and doing all this stuff. So I walked in and I was wearing camo shorts with a black shirt. I had long hair and I had big earrings, right? I mean, big earrings. I love those earrings. They were like my favorite. I walked in and I sat down and I looked around, and my teacher walked in wearing a 3-piece suit, and he came in with a top hat, and he looked like $1,000,000. And I said, man, I'm in the wrong. This is a mistake. What am I doing here? Right. So I walk in and I sat down, and he started the class. I think it was either principles 1 and 2. And he said, there was a time when I used to stand in front of rooms like this and I would tell realtors that they have to exude a certain persona, someone who's dressed a certain way, speaks a certain way, does things a certain way. But he gave me a lot of confidence that day because he said today, and guys, this was in 2016, okay? This was 10 years ago. And he told us this. He said, the game is different today.
For sure.
He said, now the most important thing is to be yourself. There was a time when realtors were expected to fit in a certain box. It's not that time anymore. Now we're 10 years down the road, 2026. So 10 years ago, he was telling us that. And that gave me a lot of confidence. Because everyone thinks, well, I need to do things like this, and I need to speak like this, and I need to do this. That's not the industry that we're in anymore. People want real. People can smell a fake from 1,000 miles away. So be genuine. So there was that. And then there was one other thing I was going to mention. Maybe it's, I might have slipped my mind. But anyway, that's the gist of it. The gist of it is to be authentic, be real, connect with your audience, and people want to know who you are because that's your superpower. Your superpower is all the AI in the world, all the overproduction, all the everything. Nobody can be who you are, no matter what.
Man.
So just be yourself.
That's a big thing to mention. And for anybody watching or anybody else that's thinking about getting into this or just starting out like myself, that was something that I was really nervous about at first. Like maybe people might not take me seriously because of my background, how I dress, how I look and stuff. But dude, I have totally found that to be the opposite. The exact opposite, man. Those little parts about me that kind of stick out and they seem to be memorable for people. And even from the classes, I was like, "Hey, there's the singer, there's the rock star." It is a point that I'm definitely going to lean into now, as opposed to I was kind of afraid of it at first. So yeah, man, good stuff.
Oh, I remember what I was going to say. When I was taking my test prep class, I'll never forget this. There were 2 people that walked in. And it's funny now because now they're good friends of ours. We've known them for a long time. And they were representatives of EXP. because, at Champions, you could have the different people come in and give presentations and bring lunch and do all this other kind of stuff. Well, these two people walked in. It was a gentleman and his spouse. They were both wearing shorts, and the gentleman was wearing flip-flops and a collared shirt. And he goes up there and he was talking about, remember, this is back in 2016. So 10 years ago, EXP was a lot different than it is now. So he goes, yeah, and he has his slide deck, and he's showing EXP World, and it looks kind of primitive. You know what I mean? It looks like a bad video game, right? But that's the way it looked back then. It's still, a little cheesy from time to time, but back then it was even more old school. So he goes up there and he's telling everyone, oh, well, we're in the cloud and we do this and this is what we offer and we have training in our cloud office and blah, blah, blah. It was a cool presentation. No one was really paying that much attention to it. But they walked out of the room, and the instructor that was teaching the test prep class, he was one of the senior instructors there at Champions. And he was so irritated that they walked in wearing shorts and flip-flops. And he said, I don't know if you remember this, Daniel, but he was there in front of everybody, and he was like, I can't believe these people walking in here looking like that. What they have no space in this real estate industry. They have no class. He was just ranting and hooting and hollering like crazy, right? Turns out these two individuals today are multi-millionaires with EXP. And that instructor is still teaching test prep class. Okay? My point is, it doesn't matter, going back to what I said earlier, your appearance and your confidence is not as important as it used to be. That guy who was up there teaching test prep, that's the old-fashioned way of doing business. We don't do business like that anymore. We're online. We're attracting our people. We're attracting our ideal customer, our ideal avatar, okay? So just that lesson taught me so much. Be yourself, have confidence, be authentic, and there's no limit to what you can do out there. Cool?
So are you saying, do we wear the flip-flops now or after we make the millions?
Dude, wear the flip-flops whenever you want. Oh, okay, so one of the biggest, have you all heard of Brandon Biddingham?
Yeah.
Man, he's a huge EXP. He teaches investments. Anthony, have you been in on one of his calls yet?
No.
I'm sure you will. Anyway, this guy, the coolest dude ever. He wears shorts, he's got tattoos, he's got neck tattoos, he's got face tattoos. He's one of the smartest guys I've ever listened to. So that's what I'm saying, it depends on how you portray your message. How do you convey your message? That's more important in today's world than it used to be. Right away, everyone would say, oh, I remember back in the day, everyone would say, neck tattoo, oh man, you're never going to be successful. Or either that, or they would say, if you get a neck tattoo, you're dedicated. You're either going to be a musician, a tattoo artist, or you better be somewhat of a successful creative person. And now you see, some of the biggest agents in the world.
Yeah, some of the most successful.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a real estate agent whose name is Tattoo. He, like, his whole Instagram thing is Tattoo because he's covered in tattoos. And
Yeah.
he's one of the most successful agents. And I love his content, that even his logo looks like a tattoo. But
awesome.
That's cool.
kind of
I
going
will find that guy.
Yeah.
he's really cool. He has great content. But kind of going back with the content stuff, anybody who knows me knows that I'm not a ray of sunshine. Like I'm a little storm cloud sometimes. I am very dry and sarcastic. So I was always kind of afraid to portray that in real estate. But I did a video on a house and I was super scared to post it, but I had such a great time filming it because I was talking about how the backyard was real big and full of brush, enough for your dead bodies. And,
Oh
it's
yeah, I saw
like
that
you
one.
can,
Yeah.
yeah, remember that one? It's like there's
Yes.
plenty of space
Yes.
in the backyard to bury your dead bodies, and all these things. And there was a really small room that wasn't like a utility room or a bedroom, but I was like, oh, here's a small room for your least loved child, and I was just kind of trying to make a joke out of it. And I was so scared to post it because I was like, man, people are going to see this and they're going to be like, what the hell is this girl's problem? But it was like the most viral video that I had. And everybody was commenting like how funny it was and how different it was from other content that they've seen.
That's great.
So that was the video that was like, well, maybe I should be myself more in video.
Yeah, I
But
mean, I think it comes down to you are your brand. And so if you stay true to your brand, and your brand is not for everyone. My
And
brand is
that's
not for
okay.
everyone.
Yeah.
My brand is not for everyone. Horacio's brand is not for everyone. And that's okay. That's okay. Don't forget that. That's okay.
Yeah, man. There's a lyric in one of my favorite songs from last year, and it goes, "If you don't like what I do, then it's not made for you." So like you said,
Damn.
it's not for everybody, but we'll find our market. It's out there.
Awesome,
Definitely.
man. Love it. Love it. Well, hey, before we get off, man, I'm going to just snap a picture of everyone. So y'all give us a big smile, throw the peace sign. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2. Got it. Cool. All right, man. Hey, well, great call today. Thank y'all for taking time to tune in. Hope y'all got some good value. I'll share the slide deck in the comments, in the replay, in the Familia page. If y'all are in the RGV, don't forget we have our Lunch and Learn coming up Thursday in Harlingen at 12 o'clock at Smoke Barbecue. So good barbecue. Anthony, I know you're going to be in class, but I'll make a brisket sandwich for you, man. And hope you guys can make it. If y'all know any agents in the Valley, send them our way. We'll show them a good time, show them a good lunch, and we'll get them signed up under you guys. So
Let's
y'all
do it.
make plans to be there. And we're getting into some good momentum coming in out of the summer in San Antonio and down here in the Valley. So looking forward to closing out the year. And don't forget, sign up for EXPCon. If y'all haven't been at one of our large company functions, it will be well worth the investment, well worth your time. You'll make connections, you'll get referrals, you'll learn so much, and we have so much fun. So if y'all can make plans October 7th through the 9th, it's going to be in Salt Lake City. Make your plans now. They have some discounted plane fare, and there's some room blocks that are sectioned off for EXP agents to give you guys a little bit of break on that. And if you have the funds, go VIP on it with your ticket. You'll have a complete section to yourself. They have catering, they have high-end coffee, they have privacy, anything you need. So try to get to the conference if you can this Friday here in Harlingen. Don't forget. And anything else in closing?
Wishing everyone a great week, guys.
Yeah, have a kick-ass week.
Yep.
All right, guys. Y'all go sell something. Have a good rest of your week, guys. We'll see y'all next week. Thank y'all.
Got it.
Later.